Life after intuitive eating became very complicated. To best explain that, we need to look at what intuitive eating meant to us in everyday life. Try to imagine eating intuitively, letting your intuition guide you to the right foods and the right amount of food. It was an intuitive process that happened between ourselves and our own body. There was no place in that arrangement that made it possible for the food industries to promote their processed foods and other human-made substances. They were up against an intuitive system created to be in tune with nature and working on an intuitive level that could not be accessed from outside. 50 years ago, it was unimaginable to expect human-made, manufactured products to fit into an ancient system that thrived on nature's own food. All attempts that were made failed. From the food industry's point of view, something drastic had to be done to free our eating habits from an intuitive system that could not be monetized. What they did was beyond belief. It works to this day, and the consequences of what they did are seen everywhere. In a period of 50 years, it has resulted in an obesity epidemic that for many unfortunate people is progressing to morbid obesity. It's also responsible for diabetes type 2, a disease every bit as deadly as diabetes type A, but it doesn't stop there. We now have several new diet-related cancers as deadly as any other cancer. None of those diseases existed 50 years ago. But then, neither did diets exist. 50 years ago, to consciously think about food was pointless. Today, we think about food more times in a day than we care to admit. There's a good reason for that. In the past, dieting was only for sick people who suffered a thyroid condition or were born with diabetes type A. Only a qualified physician could prescribe a diet. As you can imagine, the plan that was created by the food industry and the hundreds of diet experts that had suddenly appeared to finally force us to abandon our traditional intuitive diet will shock and amaze you and probably leave you with a sense of disgust. It certainly did me. The whole story is told in detail in the 3 world events that made us fat. It'll be launched by webinar around April-May 2018. You'll not want to miss it. This presentation contains images that were used under a Creative Commons license. Click the link to see the full list of images and attributions.